Hello, this is Christian Kastner. Today, it's Leadership Wednesday again. Today, I want to talk about disruption. You probably have heard the term disruptive industries. That means that industries are changing their way how they're doing things. The same can be said about individuals and individual careers. Disruption is defined as something like that: changing a traditional way of seeing things and doing things, or an industry operates, to a new and more effective way. See, in the past, when you're going back 50 or 60 years, that is how a typical career looked like. You started somewhere, you finished school, and then you took probably on the profession what your dad and your granddad already have taken up before. So it was quite a predictable and a very safe way of doing things. However, if you're looking today on a career like this, it could be very boring. Today, the new norm looks probably a little bit more like this. You're starting somewhere and then you have your up and downs in life until you're reaching a final point. And some people don't like this because it's not very predictable. You don't know, what will happen in 5 or 10 years. If you're thinking back 10 years, there were even no smartphones. If you're going back 10 years further, then you still had fax and landlines for telephone and only 1 or 2 TV channels. So the times are changing, and sometimes they're changing for the good and sometimes for the not so good. But today we have many more choices than ever before. And the key is that if you want to proceed and if you want to come along and come further in your personal career, it's an important thing to know that you cannot predict everything in advance. Steve Jobs said once, you cannot connect the dots in your life beforehand. You have to trust that something's working out and living your life and hope in the end comes out well. I understand and I believe that you can do a lot to influence the way you are going. The key is that you're staying on top of your industry, on top of what you would like to do. Find out what your real passion is. You can do this very easily if you're asking people you trust, your husband, your wife, your close friends, maybe some people at your workplace. And they can tell you normally very clearly where you're good at and not so good. And then concentrate on something you really would like to do, and you can do it already well. But the key is, good is not good enough, because a lot of people out there are good. Yeah. So the key is you should become very good, at least in one area of your life. I include here in the description a link to a LinkedIn video of Paul Garrick Brunson, who has a fantastic way of speaking about becoming an expert in the industry. And that's something what you should really look like. You should become an expert at least in a very small area. Of course, it's not guaranteed that this will last until the retirement, but at least, for the next couple of years, you can be on the top of the game and become an expert and game changer in your industry. And make some bold steps, not small steps. Yeah. Sometimes you need to make some little small steps in order to reaching a bold goal, but sometimes you have to take a leap of faith and step out and do something and take the challenge when you are faced with. And the exciting thing is, that we're living in a time today where a lot of things are possible which were not possible 20, 30 years ago. So I encourage you to study leaders in your industry, people you like, read biographies and see how these people became experts and leaders in their industry. So if you're following my advice, I'm quite sure that it will be an exciting journey. If it is, or if you have some more questions, please leave some comments below. Thank you for watching, and I will be back next week.